Hi, this is Ilma Art Studios photograph for today. Fall color. I know it's just summer here, but I love the colors of the fall. Hi, check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. Today I'd like to share Proverbs 13, verse 19. It says, "It is pleasant to see dreams come true, but fools refuse to turn from evil to attain them." Here's my poem. In pursuit of dreams. Do you dream of spiritual or worldly things? Does it parallel God's truth? Is it within His will? Do you do your part to make your dreams come true? Or do you refuse to turn from evil like other fools? It is pleasant to see dreams come into fruit. Are we seeking God and live in His truth? Wise people pursue their dreams proactively, while fools just wait passively and impatiently. Here's my essay. When I was 3 years old, I wanted to be a nun and later on a saint. I think I wanted to be a nun because I thought they were really closer to Jesus and I was surrounded by them in school. I know now that it was the Holy Spirit that really drove me to pursue this dream. I read the book of saints to know them, but no one pointed me to the Bible. I had a very long journey searching what was missing in my life, but I always longed to be close to God. That voice inside me was the Holy Spirit guiding me to pursue God, which is the main purpose in my life, in all our lives. I thank God that even without direct human supervision, He still led me to Him. Prayer. Thank you for living in my heart, Lord, and letting my dreams come true. Reflection. What dreams have you realized in your life? Well, as I mentioned in my essay, that being a nun, in my little mind, I was very young, and I thought that nuns were holy and that I mistook religion with actual relationship with God. But I didn't realize that I always had an actual relationship with God since I was 7, because I was talked to Him almost every day. And even if sometimes I don't really audibly hear His voice, I knew that there was something inside me telling me what to do and guiding me in my life. Another dream that came into reality in my life is being a painter. At age 3, I was always mesmerized and awed when I see a painting. And I've always wondered how I could be a painter, but almost everybody around me discouraged me to be a painter. And I did not become a painter until I was in my 30s, and so I was a self-taught painter, but I think I was a Holy Spirit taught painter, because I think that God used visual arts as an avenue for me bend to release my anger, because I was a very angry person without me knowing that I was. So it took me 50 years before I realized that I was angry about something. And so it was the paintings that drove me into creating. It was my anger that drove me into creating. And so every time I feel angry, I would get a pen or I get a paint and I get a brush and I start pouring out all my anger on the painting. It did me good, because later on it became something that released positively all the anger that I had, and then it became productive, something that I was able to come up with paintings. And later on, after 6 years of painting, my first buyer was a priest in the Philippines who bought 10 paintings from me. I asked him to bless my studio, and he was saying that I will become an artist of the century. And I was so flattered, but it was so good that he bought 10 of my paintings. And from then on, I would have friends come over and I would sell my paintings to friends, in terms of payment, so that if they cannot afford it, I could give them a scheme where they could eventually pay me. And then when I had my first exhibit, 6 years later, I sold over probably 60% of all the paintings that I put up there, and I did it on my own. But I'm sure I did it with God. So that's one of the dreams. There are many more dreams, and and then when I became a painter, I started becoming a photographer as well. So I started having people pay me to take photographs of their wedding and all kinds of other occasions. And then I became a writer. Out of my anger and discrimination that was posed to me, I learned how to write, and because of I needed somebody to write marketing stuff for me when I was doing my exhibit, I became a writer. And when I went to Canada, I thought that I would just continue on all these dreams, but God has another dream for me, which is to witness for Him and to preach His word and to give a testimony of what He has done in my life. And so I think that if you go with the right people, the wise people, believers of God, who are anchored on the truth of God and His will, that you will be able to pursue your dream, that it will all become into a reality. But if you go with fools, if you go with people who are lazy and people who don't have dreams, or people who are very negative, it will be an impediment for you to reach your dream as you planned it to be. So thanks for watching, and I hope you check my website and pursue your dreams. Have a blessed day.